So, Crimson Desert came out, and personally, I've been having a good time with it. You can tell I bought the cringe $80 shill edition for the deluxe armor. You can dye your armor, by the way, if you don't know. Makes it look cool. I've never seen such a polarizing game. I mean, I probably have if I actually, like, stopped and think, but at the moment, to my knowledge, like, this motherfucker has a 78 Metacritic with a 7.8 user score. Like, it is so perfectly mid to so many people. And I know Jake Baldino was like, hey guys, you gotta play it for 8 hours. It's an 8-hour type game. And a lot of people took that and ran with it. And it does kind of seem to be true, because once you sit in it and you get lost in the world, one thing becomes perfectly clear. Cliff is the most uninteresting motherfucker in gaming. Yes, you. Look at the camera. He usually looks at the camera when you do this. Yeah. They should have just let me make my own character. I would have much preferred that, but whatever. So Cliff sucks. We all know that. It's been talked about a bunch. It, to me, does feel kind of like a single-player MMO, which, to a lot of people, that might not be a good thing. A lot of folks might assume that calling a game a single-player MMO is a criticism. Not to me. I enjoy it. I've put a decent amount of time into FF14. I like my time with it. I played other stuff in the past, but I am very familiar with the types of quests in these games, so when they told me, hey man, can you go cut down my tree and bring me some timber? I was like, I mean, yeah, well, are you gonna do it? No, of course I'll go cut your fucking tree down. But then you have people on Twitter and Twitch who are like, why is this game so fucking boring? Why do I have to go cut down trees? And I don't know, man, it's just like, it's good. It's very fun. I don't know if it's the exploration, the way that, like, I mean, you can see even the stamina bar is very reminiscent of, like, Breath of the Wild, and I don't know now if because of that game, like, they put a fucking patent on that stamina system, but for the rest of time, when you see climbing, free climbing, anything, and that kind of stamina bar in a video game, it's like, oh, okay, this is a Zelda-type game. I've been watching a lot of Dunkey, can you tell? I think it is very interesting how gamers are nowadays in general. Critics, I hate Metacritic. I think it's stupid. I don't like how a game gets something under an 80 and automatically it's the worst thing on planet Earth. I think it's stupid. They had that story about how, like, shareholders or something left or whatever, big business. It was not good because of the Metacritic score. But it's like, then 24 hours later, the game sells like over 2 million units. Today, which is the 22nd, the game had its next all-time peak, which was like above 240,000 people. It's like, who fucking cares, man? I wish we would stop putting so much into Metacritic, and like, I can understand if you're somebody who's like, you know what, I don't have time to put into a game that is not at least an 80 on this website. But at least for developers and shit, like their publishers being like, you need to make me a Metacritic must-play, motherfucker. But anyway, this is a Crimson Desert video, not a Metacritic bashing video. I really do like this game. I think the exploration is something that reminds me a lot of Red Dead, Breath of the Wild, more basic fucking examples of open world games, but the exploration truly is good. Somebody said that this game feels like Skyrim with 3,000 mods, and I think that is very true. Now, you can look at that and think that's a bad thing. I can understand that, but I played Lorim, which is that mod pack, whatever, for Skyrim that adds, like, again, 3,000 mods. This does kind of feel like that. It feels like heavily modded Skyrim, but the exploration and discovery is so fun. Cliff being such a blank slate is like, whatever. Again, it sucks, but I don't play this game for a story. I didn't go into it expecting a good story. And I mean, you don't have to accept that. Like, you can be like, well, why do I have to act that way? Why shouldn't I expect a good story out of something I'm paying $80 for? To me, man, I knew it was an MMO, basically. Like, I don't care. I'll go cut down trees for 30 hours. It's my little medieval life sim. I'm having fun. It's a very good game. And again, it does get better. And according to a lot of people, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but the questing does get better, the story gets better as you go on. I know I'm not really showing you a lot of gameplay right now. I'm just kind of walking around like an E3 demo. But I suck at like talking and playing shit and paying attention. I'm gonna catch this duck real quick. Oh, why are you holding it like that? Oh, that's a grebe. I don't know. I'm gonna take this guy with me though. The world is insane. like, I don't know, I'm at quest markers in the top right. I'm like 10 hours in or something, I forget. And I've explored basically from here, the starting area, up here and down here. So this little like circle, like that's all I've done. And then you zoom out and it's like, oh my god, the Crimson Desert itself is up here, which is really funny because I've barely seen a desert. I'm really excited to get to like the water areas. Yeah, I would say, actually no, I can't even say to try the game because if you play it on PC, you got that Steam 2-hour review window, but it is kind of goofy because it's like, once again, play the game for 8 hours. I'm not even gonna try to say, if you like this or this, then you might like this. Just, if, you know what you like. I'm not your fucking dad. I like Crimson Desert. I'm having a great time with it. I do recommend it. I say to expect a mid-story and kind of treat it like background noise to a game that is designed to be a open-world, fun exploration game. I'd treat it like that, you know? This game has that sense of like, you see that mountain? You can go to it, you know? Like, thank you, Todd Howard. You can stumble across caves and crypts and all these things that you wouldn't find unless you're like explicitly looking around for them. And it's very cool. I haven't even checked out the Abyss yet, which is like up in the sky, I think, right? That's what that's called. Yeah. I've still only gone to the first like 2 areas for that, so there's a whole other world out there, man. I'm very forgiving of slop in media, you know? I'm basically just a baby, but for the first like hour, there was a bit of like, this game might be bad, because the combat was weird. The opening to this game kind of is odd, like the way they set you up on Cliff and everything. Like, he doesn't even seem interested in the plot, he never does, but truly, once you start messing around, doing bounties, doing side quests, talking to people, questing, I spent a good like 3 hours just breaking into homes and stealing shit from people, and it was so fun. Like, it really, really does click, so I do recommend this video game. And if you're a returning person on my channel, you'll know this is not the type of video I normally do, but I would love to keep uploading videos. I really do enjoy it, but I don't really enjoy the old videos I kind of used to make with the with scripts and everything, with the big wacky editing. It's just not really for me anymore. I'd much rather take a more casual approach. So if people watch this, cool. I'm gonna upload videos regardless, talking about random bullshit. Okay, bye.